A lot of scenes from that lake effect snow that we've been seeing over the last couple of days, bringing a lot of travel troubles, even some scary, dangerous situations there. Thanks for joining us on AccuWeather Weekend. I'm Anna Azallion.
And I'm Melissa Constanzer. The Arctic air moving in behind that too. You kind of saw the cold air kind of developing that sea smoke, as we can call it, off of the lakes there. So it's definitely a morning that you want your extra coat on.
Yes, it was chilly this morning when I came into work.
Yeah, if you're in the Northeast. Meanwhile, in the Midwest, we're talking about a warm-up coming through. So as we take a look at the radar and satellite across the nation, you can see a lot of rain and the pink developing as that warm pool surges its way northward.
Yeah, this is eventually going to move into the Northeast, but for today we have a storm out in the Northwest as well.
This one packing a powerful punch with not only some very strong winds up and down the West Coast, including in San Francisco, but we also have a lot of heavy rain moving into Northern California. It also set the stage for some mountain snow, too. And, of course, got to check in on the numbers. Almost forgot about that.
I forgot about the temperatures, too. You're getting a little bit of a break today, but not a long break, because take a look. We already have weather alerts out ahead of more snow that is on the way through parts of western Pennsylvania and down into West Virginia especially. Let's talk about why. Here's that snow that's moving in. Today's your break, but by tomorrow we see more precipitation, and some of us could get just a coating to an inch in the problems, especially in areas where you've already had snow. But the other thing to keep in mind, this is not just a snow event. For just about all of us, we're going to see some mix of snow, ice, rain, maybe more ice and rain of New York State, and then even into New England as well. Now, let's talk about the travel issues as we head into Monday morning. I mentioned this a little bit, but just to kind of reinforce here, we're going to be seeing rain, wintry mix, and snow. Just kind of depends on where you are, but really expect to see it all over the next couple of days, and especially when you have definitely cause some problems when we talk about this winter weather. Let's go down to Malibu, California.
December began on a very cold note for areas like the Northeast. But shots of air never too far away. As we talk about the Southeast, though, it's about the mild air, at least for now. Again, getting to those transition weeks, we'll see some more changes. Right now, we do have that warmer air just so focused here across so much of the Southeast. If you're in Florida, onshore flow coming in for the east coast of Florida, which means you will have very rough seas, rip currents, those types of things. So if you've got any family, friends visiting that might be tempted to try to get out in that water, be extra cautious there. I know it's getting cooler this time of year, so a lot of the locals aren't necessarily taking a dip, but we do have those showers still sticking with us with that onshore flow. A lot of the action is farther off towards the west, towards the Mississippi Valley, so for the high with the showers likely to close out the weekend. Well, parts of some great tips there driving, and you might need it across the west. A stormy pattern out there to go through our weekend. Saturday, very active up and down the I-5 corridor. Heaviest rainfall taking aim on Northern California. That will also mean mountain snow in some locations too. So be mindful of that. Snow levels kind of taking a rise through today and then falling as we go through the later part of the day. Ultimately, though, it's a wet and stormy time for today. Portland, Medford also dealing with a lot of that heavier rainfall at times, or at least persistent showers throughout the day. Here you can see all of the action working its way into Northern California. Very stormy time here. Blue does start to develop here a little bit more on the map, but we also lose the precipitation at the same time. So there's less moisture. It's focusing in on the interior Northwest. And as that starts to depart for Sunday morning, you might be thinking we're catching a break. Well, as we go through the day on Sunday, we get ready for the next.
Well, thanks for sticking with us here on AccuWeather Weekend. We're well into December, but most of this month's astronomy events are actually still ahead. Chris Palma is in astronomy and astrophysics. And a reminder that Geminid meteor shower that's happening right now. I know Melissa mentioned that she saw at least one or two of those meteors when she was heading into work. Let's move now to the West Coast. I want to give you a quick update on the Franklin fire in Los Angeles County. It's up to 4,000 plus acres burned on this front. We have a storm moving in. There's rain, mountain snow, and wind, but the good news is because of that moisture, because of the rain, that's going to help with fire conditions. So hopefully that'll help firefighters to get that fire further contained before it does destroy any more structures. And hopefully no lives are lost by that, especially in the Northeast. Something those zookeepers have to think about. Let's move to the Southeast now to talk about what to expect this weekend. There are some beach hazards for the eastern coast of Florida and even up into Georgia as well. This means some strong rip currents, rough surf, even minor beach erosion. So something to keep in mind, especially for anyone that might be visiting Florida. I know it's getting a little cold to be heading to the beaches. Overall, Saturday, we are